Mirror Twins Minute Review, and do I have a special spooky treat for all of you? You know what? There's no way I'm gonna get through all of this in a YouTube short, so let's just get rid of these. Okay, there, that's a lot better. This is a creepy creature double feature. I've got Raptor and Road Pig. And if you don't think these sideshow circus freaks are creepy, well, just give me a second. Let's start off with the most evil CPA anyone's ever heard of. This is G.I. Joe Classified number 139, General Ledger, who also happens to come with Chip Raptor Talon. Is this the first time we're ever getting his real name? Real name, Chip Talon. I've got a soft spot for the less militant, more freaky weirdos. First of all, General Ledger is lacking. I was really hoping this would be a recolor of Spirit's Freedom, just in a different color with the changeable wings, but no. This is a solid hunk of plastic. It does not do anything except look fabulous. It's got the classic falconry blinder with the little tuft of hair on top, and it does peg into his arm. The peg and feet are super soft, so sometimes it feels like it's gonna snap when I put it in. And the hole is in a weird spot. It's way too far down on the arm, almost on the back side. I feel like they should have done it on the top. But let's be honest, we didn't come here for the general, we came here for the bird guy. Let's get the most obvious feature out of the way, and that is these gorgeous posable wings with a fan blade to show their mechanology and how they might really work. Tons of articulation. It's able to fold up, spread out, point down. It can even act as a shield in combat. I love the jet thrust markings on the back. Give him a sense of modern propulsion. It is a pretty hard plastic. I would grab near the joint when you move it because these are stiff. Hey ho! It attaches to his back with just a single peg like any other backpack, but let's just take a second to soak in this guy without his super modern technology. With the exception of the little bit of technology that's around his mask, which you presume connects to his brain, and that way he's able to make the wings move, but it just doesn't fit, right? I mean, he's got the organic feathers all along the vest and the back, and his crazy realistic bird hood. He's even got a bird-themed belt buckle. The tattoos go all the way up, even behind the vest, and on both arms. I kind of get the vibe that this guy is getting in touch with his Native American heritage, turning him into an evil antithesis for Spirit. His most obvious weapon is the Freddy Krueger claws. You see the Halloween connection? Disappointingly, the claws do not fit all the way back on his hands. There is a tiny L and R on the inside to make sure you put it on the right hand, but it doesn't matter. Even on the promotional pictures, they don't show it fitting snugly on his hand. Now, the Storm Shadow that's still on pre-order does look like it sits flush on the back of his hand like Wolverine claws should. I love the idea that his weapons allow him to attack like a bird. Sure, he's got the little bird feet on his feet, but with these claws, he could swoop down and snatch at prey, like a bird does. He also has the option of stabbing them with his knife, like a bird does, or attacking with his Glock 19, like a bird does. The paint apps and the detailing on the face, the folds of the skin, that realistic texture, and look at this guy's hair, buzzed on the sides. If you were to walk in and your accountant looked like this, would you walk immediately back out, or were you like, this man's a genius? He's gonna save me a lot of money. Moving on to the real star of this freak circus, it's number 135, Road Pig. Actually, it's Dreadnought Road Pig and Ruckus. Speaking of Ruckus, here he is in all his doggy puppy glory. Aw, he's happy to see me. He's got a scar over his right eye and two different facial expressions. Should I bite you? Yeah, I'ma bite you. If you have Junkyard and Mutt, Junkyard is the exact same mold, just with a different head. Even the collars are exactly the same, just in a different color. Always love getting classified animals because they do them right. Speaking of animals, look at this pig. This guy is huge. My largest figure is Sergeant Slaughter, and he's just slightly taller. But girth-wise, he's enormous. This is an all-new sculpt. New arms, legs, feet, even the hands are slightly larger. He's got his red strip around the back and the sides from his V1 days, a little knife earring hanging down on his left ear, the modified football padding with an actual bolted-on skull on the right shoulder. On the left shoulder, he's got an Anarchy tattoo and a certified grade A ham. Another callback to his V1 days with the wrist-mounted crossbow. Look at that tummy, he's proudly displaying the dreadnoughts. I mean, why not? He's got the real estate. Totally different from the other large bodies we've gotten so far. I mean, he doesn't eat his veggies, he doesn't work out, he just is big. On his right arm, he's got a chain tattoo that wraps all the way around the bicep, and another cool biker bone motif on his forearm. He's wearing dark blue jeans with black leather chaps, a silver-studded belt that wraps all the way around with another pig stamp on the buckle. Is it too much pig going on? Whee! Another crotch guard, which a lot of Cobra guys have to have. What are those supposed to be? Are those welding tools? He's got big beefy kneecaps, a plate of metal on one side and a bore on the other, and ending it all with some menacing looking shin guards and steel-toed boots. This guy is dressed to kill.
Literally.
He's got 3 different heads, though for being a guy who's supposed to be the crazy wild one that not even the dreadnoks know how to handle, he's got a kind of placid looking face, almost remorseful or introspective. Love the realistic skin texture and the gray for the stubble. Even the other expression is not really angry. The eyebrows don't knit together or come down harshly. He's just kind of going like, hey, that's my slice of pizza. Do love the metallic lower canines though. Nice touch.
Nice touch.
But if you want to cover up that mug and just imagine what kind of scowl lies underneath, he's got a boar ventilator mask? Maybe when his own smell gets too bad for even himself. And the final head, as you'll see, is the horror show. It is a spiked biker helmet with a metal boar skull wrapped in leather with burning red eyes. Don't get much horror slasher than that. But to complete the ensemble, he's got a menacing homemade looking meat hook, his signature smasher, which I always love because it's just a cinder block on a stick, which probably only he's strong enough to wield. This man can also smash in style with his boar-themed metallic spiked meat tenderizer, and we ain't talking turkey. Lastly, he's got his riot shield with silver lights, yellow and black warning, and a print of yet another pig, this time breathing out the fires of hell. And I love how the print has good luck on it. You're fighting me? Good luck! Only 2 sets of hands, the grabby hands and the punchy hands. Though it is odd that they're both on the Y-axis, a lot of the classified figures have the fists on the X-axis, which can do more of a "you will rue the day" type of poses. I can't think of too many you'll actually use for a fist hand on the Y. I guess unless you're doing Wing Chun. He's got so much stuff. In fact, too much stuff. And that brings me to my issue with this guy. I love this figure. I'm so glad I have him. I love how he's a new sculpt completely, and I love the character, but do we need all this? Do we need this reused riot shield that we've seen already? Do we need this repeated dog sculpt? I couldn't find anything about him ever having a dog named Ruckus, unless it was in the comic. Does he need something beyond his iconic one? I know it's insane arguing about getting more stuff, but it just feels like they put especially these 2 things in there just to beef up the price, to justify a higher price point. Maybe they need to recoup the cost of these molds. Happy to have them, but personally, I would have been fine without them, and then shave off a little on that price. So as we celebrate the spooky and macabre, I am super happy to have these 2 oddballs in my collection. And sure, we've gotten a full-on zombie from the series, but now we have 2 slashers to add to the list. But that's my opinion. What's your opinion? If you like this style of review format, check out my G.I. Joe classified shorts. I mean, my YouTube shorts, not my actual G.I. Joe classified shorts. I'm not going to show you those. Those are personal. You want to talk about rebates? Urgh!